This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, we're going to go over Tekashi's little testimony, okay? Tekashi testified, and they went over his testimony. It started off something like this. So the question was, did he tell you anything else why he needed to make the sign correctly? Yeah, if I'm going to be 9 Trey or Billy, I have to make the sign right. So I was talking about, like, throwing up signs, you know, on the camera. Let's see then. Mr. Hernandez, have you ever seen Mr. Ellison make any of those signs? He's like, yeah. There are 2 discs in front of you marked 800K, 802. Then they're like, I said, blah, blah, blah. On the disc 800K, did you review this before you testified today? He said, yes. How do you know that? Because my initials are on it. What's depicted generally in the 800K? Harv is on the far right. Generally, what is 800K? I'm sorry? Question was, hey, 800K. Is it a video or a picture? Hernandez, a.k.a. Tekashi Rad9, says, it's a video. And then Mr. Long, Your Honor, the government offers exhibit at 800K. They receive it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Question, Mr. Hernandez, who is depicted in the video? Harv is on the far right. Chris Ihigadier, the manager I previously testified about that I signed a management deal with, was in the middle. And I was on the far left side with a red shirt on. Question, towards the end of the video, did you see Mr. Ellison hold up a sign? Yes, I did. What was the sign was that? It was the 9 Trey sign. Answer. Okay. So then he goes on to say, Mr. Hernandez, prior to testifying, did you review the contents of 802N? Tekashi says, yes. What is 802N? Tekashi says, it's a video of Harv. Then they, put it in the court, then they testify. Well, they protest it. What do they? Objection, and they publish it anyways. Okay, Mr. Hernandez right here in the frame is paused right around 7 seconds. Who's depicted in the video? He said Harv. What is he doing with his hands? That's a 9 Trey sign. Mr. Arnie, could we show the witness what has been marked on identification, blah, 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 blah. Then he says, hey, have a second look at those photos, Mr. Hernandez, a.k.a. Tekashi? Answer, yes. Generally speaking, who's depicted in the photos? Tekashi. Well, the one I'm looking at right now, on the left side, you have Biliato. Biliato's in this? Everyone's getting implicated, man. Biliato didn't get brought in either, right? On your right is Harv. Question, looking at all the videos and individuals have you testified about today, are they depicted in the photographs? He says yes, and more. The court, any objections, no objections, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Mr. Anders, do you have to go through identifying some individuals that are in the photograph in the beginning? Left side of the photograph, working from left to right. Tekashi says, hey, I don't know the guy in the LA hat. The yellow sweater is Fleazy Bambino. In the white tank top, you have Harv. 2 people over from Harv on the right, you have Shotti. Right under Shotti and Harv, you have Seqo Billy. Question, what is Seqo Billy wearing? Answer, a black, I want to say white, off-white sweatshirt. It's a brand called Off-White, but it's all black with white things on the arm. Question, who's in front of Seqo Billy? On the bottom left picture, Seqo is Nuke, and on the right side is Mel Murder. Jeez, these guys were flicking it up. Question is who? Answer, Mel Murder. Question, what is Mel Murder wearing? Tekashi says Mel Murder is wearing a red shirt with a Cincinnati Reds baseball cap. Question, who is Mel Murder? Tekashi says Mel Murder is the godfather of 9 Trey Bloods. Jeez, if he's the godfather, he made one unorganized organization. Question, Mr. Hernandez, directing your attention to the middle of the picture. Who is the individual wearing the red hat? Harv. What is Harv doing? Tekashi says Harv is covering his face with the 9 Trey sign. Jeez, they're really obsessed with these 9 Trey signs. You know why? All these people are like, I don't think Seqo Billy and Billy out. All these people are totally safe. I mean, their name gets brought up a lot in court. Question: Mr. Hernandez was depicted in 802D. Answer from Tekashi: it's a picture of Harv with a red flag on his neck. I want to assume he's making the 9 Trey sign, but it's cut off the top of it. Question: Mr. Hernandez, why are you assuming he's making a 9 Trey sign? Tekashi: because I previously testified that 9 Trey sign is like this. And if you see the bottom of the photo, it's making 9. But if you can't, what you can't see, the photo is cut off, so you can't see the top of his hand. Question: who is depicted in 802H? Answer: on the left, you have Billy Otto. On the right, you have... okay, so then Mr. Hernandez, do you recognize 501P? Tekashi: yes. What's in 501P? Answer from Tekashi: it's a picture of me and Nuke. Court, any objections? No objections. Question: Mr. Hernandez was depicted in the government exhibit 501P. Answer from Tekashi: I'm on the right side with a bright blue jacket throwing up the 9 Trey. Nuke is in a red sweater, red. Jeez, these guys, how many flicks they got? What is this, a photo album? You know, like a wedding or something? Question: turning back to 9 Trey, Mr. Hernandez, did 9 Trey have a leadership structure? Answer: yes. Question: how was 9 Trey organized? Beginning with a person in the lineup. Tekashi says, I didn't really understand who was at the top of who, but I knew there was a lineup, and they were the ones who sanctioned most. He said he isn't sure. Tekashi said, I said my understanding. Tekashi says, my understanding with the prison lineup was there were a go or no go. So I don't know. Anyways, question: taking a step back with the prison lineup and the street lineup, which of these 2 lineups authority over the other? Tekashi says prison lineup was more powerful than the street lineup. Question: and who did you understand were the leaders in the prison lineup? Answer from Tekashi: I spoke to 2 guys, I believe Frank White and Magoo. Question: that was Frank White and Magoo? Answer from Tekashi: yeah, and Shotti used to visit some other guy. Question: what authority, if any, did you understand on that throne? And he says, ranking within train 9 Trey. Tekashi always says is a member of the blood who was like ranking and who didn't have his stuff like that. He's not really answering this. Question: now turning to the street lineup. Did you have an understanding of whether who or not the street lineup had a leadership structure? Tekashi says yes. Were there ranks? Tekashi says yeah. Answer: I'm sorry. Say that one more time. Question: could you explain to the jury, not asking individuals, but the ranks from the top down the street lineup? Tekashi says yeah, there was like a godfather who overruled, that was at the top. Then you had your high 020, 020 or whatever, that was under the godfather, and then you got your low 020. Question: godfather and then that 020 and low 20? Tekashi says yeah. What's under the low 020? Tekashi says your generals 5 stars. Yo, the way they're trying to like set up 9 Trey, it was so disorganized, as we can see over the testimonies we've been reading the past couple days. Horrible. So anyways, question: 5-star general, 4-star general, and so on? Tekashi says yeah. Question: Mr. Hernandez, at the time you joined 9 Trey in November 2017, what was your understanding who occupied the leadership positions of the street lineup? Answer from Tekashi: when I became 9 Trey member, I learned that Mel Murder was the godfather for the murder lineup of, you know, certain members. There's different lineups, you know what I'm trying to say. Right under Mel Murder, you had Shotti, who was a high 020. You had Harv, who was a low 020. And then you have 5 stars like Seqo Billy, stuff like that. Question: were there any 5 stars at the time you joined? Yeah, Billy Otto, says Tekashi. Did you know any 4 stars? Tekashi says, no, I think Guns was a 3-star, but, you know, I don't want to, you know, say he was a 3-star and he was a 4. This is so goofy. Answer: question: how did you go from lower rank to higher rank in the gang? Tekashi says, seniority, I would say, like the work you put in for the gang, work meaning, the crimes and stuff like that. Question, if you want to put in more work, could you achieve a higher rank? Tekashi, yeah. Also, I think the main thing was Shotti's the main thing was taking care of people behind the wall, gave you that rank, you know what I'm saying? He told me if you, I don't know. Anyways, then it jumps over here. I don't know, man. So this is just him like implicating more people in the game that weren't really mentioned, like with CEO Chris and everything. And a lot of people didn't get brought in, probably because like they didn't have them doing anything. And these guys are the guys that stayed out were super lucky. But anyways, we'll get back to some more stuff. I think CEO Chris did another one. We'll read that a little later. But I'm going to get to some more news after this video. Just like touch up on the last bit of the news around like 2:30 a.m. And then we'll do another one of these. Then, sorry, my day was so off. The past 24 hours I was dealing with an ex. I was dealing with something that was going wrong with somebody. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I meant to drop more videos today, but my mind's been a little messed up because I was dealing with like a situation last night. Somebody's going through something, and I tried to help them last night, and it just threw me off. So it threw my mind off for the day. But I really appreciate you guys so much. And I will check you guys in the next one. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys later.